Welcome to my channel. Today's question is, when we have to make a decision, what's the best way to go about it? Well, my suggestion, and you hear before the end of this video, is choose what will make the world a better place. So let's see what it means. I don't know if you're like me, but in the last few days and few weeks, it's so easy to watch videos on social media. And yesterday I was looking at some videos and I realized that many of them, regardless if it's on finance, politics, gaming, or society, they tend to relate a lot of difficulties and problems. And I realized there's a lot less few solutions presented to us. And that's what I would like to talk to you today. Sometimes it's easy to stay put, to acknowledge that the status quo is the best because it feels safe. It feels safe because we know what we're dealing with. On the other hand, when you make a decision to make changes, it brings up the unknown, and that could be scary for some, but for others, it could be exciting. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alain Faber, and I'm a high school teacher who created this channel because I realized that we learn a lot in high school, and all these skills we can bring forward for the future so that we can make a better life for ourselves, but a better life for our society and the world. My key teaching is about learning. If you keep in mind that we are lifelong learners, that we are to learn more and more every day, you'll notice that it is a secret of growing as a person and a secret to address the solutions needed to make the world a better place. Every day we come up with choices that we have to make, and sometimes choices are easy and it's easy to take. On the other hand, sometimes some choices are much harder to address, and the reason for that is when we make decisions and we are dealing with things that we know, we feel safe and we feel confident about doing them. On the other hand, if what we have to make decision on is difficult, it implies that we'll have to learn something new to make sure that we get the situation addressed and we can find a solution to resolve a problem. And that is what I want to talk to you today. When a situation arrives, often we come to a crossroad, and that crossroad gives us a chance to make decisions. And it's so easy to make the same decisions that we've made in the last few weeks, few months, a few years. On the other hand, if we are to make new decisions, it brings us more opportunities because the opportunities are there to make us grow and make us find better ways to make the world a better place. So if we decide not to make decisions that are difficult, what happens is we remain at the same place. And that's why we see people that are in the same place a year from now, or 2 years or 5 years down the road. We see people that are doing similar things. And the reason for that, it feels safe. Here are 3 tips for you on how to make better decisions with a growth mindset perspective. The first one is you need to choose about what matters. So that means that when you come up with a situation, for example, I'm going to take a silly example. Today I had to do dishes, which you all know I don't like to do. On the other hand, when I decided to do it, by the time I finished, I was able to be all excited about the next activity I wanted to do, because by taking action to wash the dishes, it got me going, got me into the process of thinking, and then I realized that if I had done something difficult, which was doing the dishes, I was certainly able to do other projects for me and for you, my community, by creating this video, but also for the world. My second tip is when you make a decision, you need to choose about your growth. What does that mean? Well, that means that when you are to make a decision, you want to decide, do you want to make the same decisions you made yesterday and the week before? Or do you have to make a more difficult decision where you may have to learn something new, but then you realize that you might be able to get to new opportunities you didn't have the day before? And that's something to keep in mind. My third tip is about you choosing to make the world a better place. Too often, when we have to make a decision, we tend to think about the selfish ways instead of thinking of what would work better for us as a person, as part of a community, or as part of a family. And that's something to keep in mind. For example, yesterday was my birthday. I decided to do quite a few activities. And then what happened is at some point, I realized that I needed to have some time for myself. And I realized that people around me needed more time for themselves as well. So guess what? I made a decision that for my birthday, I'll go for a car ride, and it was wonderful. When I came back a few hours later, I had done a few things. I had gone to Home Depot, which I love to do. And what happened is we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner because I had made the decision that at that time, even if as part of my birthday, I want people to do things with me, I realized that it's important to look around us and see what's best for us as a person, but also as part of a community. My call to action today is not very complicated. It is for you to, first of all, get up and take action on something you wanted to do earlier today that you haven't done yet. And you notice that once you make a decision to start moving, you notice that you start making progress. And once you start noticing that you're making progress, you'll see you'll grow as a person, and it will make the world and your world a better place. On this, I'm going to put a link here on this side with my playlist video on my best life journey, and I can't wait to see you next one.